Edie Adams was well recognized for her stage and television impersonations of famous people, particularly Marilyn Monroe. Adams worked hard in her final years to find and preserve her first husband's legacy on cassettes and kinescopes. She is perhaps best known for being the companion and wife of television comedy pioneer Ernie Kovacs and a 19-year advertising representative for Muriel Cigars. Edie Adams, originally named Edith Elizabeth Enke, came into the world on April 16, 1927. Her upbringing consisted of both Pennsylvania and Tenafly, New Jersey, where she made a name for herself at the age of 15 as the town's esteemed baton twirler. Her mother played a crucial role in nurturing her talents, teaching her the art of singing and how to skillfully play the piano. Additionally, her grandmother imparted her wisdom on sewing and instilled in her a love for creating fashionable garments. It is said that fate played a hand in Edie Adams' choice of career, as she decided between pursuing music or fashion design with a simple coin toss. However, in reality, she continued her studies in both disciplines long after completing high school. She enrolled in the Traphagen School of Fashion Design and the prestigious Juilliard School of Music in New York, where she dedicated herself to vocal performance and ultimately earned a degree. Not stopping there, she delved into the world of acting by attending classes at the Columbia School of Drama and the renowned Actors Studio. Later on, she even established her own clothing line, Bonham Incorporated, showcasing her talent for designing exquisite attire. After completing 5 years of education at Juilliard, Edie began to realize that obtaining a degree in music did not guarantee a career in opera, which had been her initial aspiration. Determined to explore other opportunities, she started auditioning for various singing engagements and even participated in beauty pageants whenever possible. Surprisingly, she managed to secure titles such as Miss New York Television and Miss U.S. Television. These victories granted her a chance to showcase her singing skills on a Milton Berle show, albeit with the condition of wearing a bathing suit. Driven by her passion for classical music, Edie auditioned to be a contestant on Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts. Despite having experienced some success with a classical selection during her time at Juilliard, the show's musical director advised her against it and instead suggested performing a popular song. However, Edie was only familiar with 3 pop songs, so she sang all of them during the audition. Fortunately, she managed to impress the judges, but she believed that had they asked for another song, she wouldn't have made it through. Her outstanding performance as a contestant on the show caught the attention of a television executive who saw potential in her and envisioned her as the perfect counterpart to an unconventional comedian in Philadelphia. Recognizing her talent, he promptly enlisted her as a featured singer on Ernie Kovacs' program titled 3 to Get Ready. This exciting opportunity marked the beginning of Edie's association with Ernie Kovacs, starting in July 1951. Ernie Kovacs' shows were characterized by their live, spontaneous, and eccentric nature, often leaving viewers bewildered but captivated. Initially, these shows faced difficulty in gaining popularity, resulting in frequent title changes. They went through iterations such as Ernie in Kovacs Land, later 1951, Kovacs on the Corner, 1952, and ultimately settled on the Ernie Kovacs Show, 1952 to 1956. During this time, Edie Adams' remarkable abilities as both a singer and comedian began to catch the attention of Broadway director George Abbott. Impressed by her talents, George Abbott handpicked Edie Adams from a pool of around 300 auditioners to co-star alongside Rosalind Russell in the production of Wonderful Town. Edie's portrayal of the character Eileen received high praise from critics, earning her not only 2 Donaldson Awards, but also the Theatre World Award. Shortly after the show concluded in July 1954, Edie and Ernie decided to elope in Mexico City. In a peculiar twist, their marriage ceremony, conducted in Spanish, was officiated by the mayor of New York, despite neither of them understanding the language. Following her success in Wonderful Town, Edie's talents were in high demand. She became a sought-after performer in nightclubs, embarked on national tours, and continued to make appearances on television. Her presence graced the variety shows of renowned hosts such as Steve Allen, Perry Como, Ed Sullivan, Dean Martin, Jackie Gleason, Bob Hope, and Johnny Carson. Additionally, she became a familiar face on popular panel shows like What's My Line and I've Got a Secret. In 1956, Edie Adams made a triumphant return to Broadway, taking on the role of Daisy May in the musical adaptation of Al Capp's popular cartoon strip, Lil Abner. The production, featuring notable names like Peter Palmer, Charlotte Ray, Stubby Kaye, and Joey Marks, received tremendous acclaim. Edie's outstanding performance garnered her the prestigious Tony Award for Best Featured Actress in 1957. The show enjoyed immense success, running for a remarkable 693 performances until July 1958. Interestingly, despite their close partnership, Edie Adams and Ernie Kovacs never had the opportunity to collaborate on a film together. Their final joint appearance took place on the last Lucille Ball Desi Arnaz television special, which aired on Columbia Broadcasting System in 1960s, where they portrayed themselves. Edie Adams ventured into the world of cinema, initially taking on supporting roles. In Billy Wilder's critically acclaimed film The Apartment, 1960, she played the role of an unsympathetic secretary to Fred MacMurray's character. Her talent shone once again in 1961 as she played a more playful character in the second romantic comedy pairing of Doris Day and Rock Hudson titled Lover Come Back. Tragedy struck suddenly in mid-January 1962 when Ernie Kovacs tragically lost his life in a car accident. This devastating event brought forth a series of challenges for Edie Adams. It was revealed that Kovacs had not paid taxes for several years, resulting in a substantial debt to the Internal Revenue Service. Furthermore, he had 2 teenage daughters from a previous marriage who had been living with Edie and now faced a custody battle with Kovacs' ex-wife. Adding to the turmoil, Kovacs' mother demanded financial support and took Edie to court, accusing her of mismanaging Kovacs' estate and seeking custody of all 3 granddaughters. The resolution of this protracted dispute would take years to reach its conclusion. During a challenging financial period, Edie Adams received offers from celebrity friends to produce a benefit television special aimed at raising money for her and preventing her from going bankrupt. However, Adams declined these offers, firmly asserting, "I can take care of my children." She was determined to shoulder the responsibility of paying off the back taxes herself. Consequently, she embarked on a relentless work schedule over the next few years, leaving little time for rest. In the 1963-64 season, American Broadcasting Company aired Edie Adams' very own variety show titled Here's Edie. Although the show received 2 Emmy nominations, it was not renewed for the following season. Nevertheless, Adams remained incredibly busy during this time. In 1963 alone, she appeared in 4 movies: Call Me Bwana alongside Bob Hope, Under the Yum Yum Tree with Carol Lindley, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, and Love with a Proper Stranger alongside Natalie Wood and Steve McQueen. Additionally, in 1964, she portrayed Cliff Robertson's wife in the film The Best Man. Simultaneously, Edie Adams maintained a prominent presence on the small screen, continuing to promote Muriel cigars. Her late husband, Ernie Kovacs, had often been seen on camera with a cigar in his mouth, and she effectively conveyed the message that it was perfectly acceptable for women to smoke cigars as well. Adams even invented and patented a cigar holder ring, which made appearances in many of her Muriel advertisements. Edie Adams ventured into multiple entrepreneurial endeavors, establishing her businesses such as Edie Adams Cosmetics, Edie Adams Cut and Curl Beauty Salons, and even owning a 160-acre almond farm in California. She also founded Edie Ad Productions Incorporated, which remains in operation to this day. Additionally, Adams served as a spokesperson for Sun Giant Nuts and maintained her popularity as a guest on television shows like Fantasy Island, The Love Boat, and Designing Women. She continued to pursue her passion for acting in movies, frequently graced the stage, and even made appearances in opera productions. Her relentless efforts enabled her to repay millions of dollars in Ernie Kovacs' debts, and by 1989, she had once again become a millionaire. Edie Adams entered the realm of matrimony twice after her marriage to Ernie Kovacs. In 1964, she tied the knot with photographer Martin Mills, with whom she had a son named Joshua Mills. However, their union ended in divorce in 1971. Subsequently, she married jazz trumpeter Pete Candoli, but their marriage also came to an end in 1988. Tragically, her daughter Mia Kovacs lost her life in a traffic accident in Los Angeles at the young age of 22, 2 decades after her father's untimely passing. Regrettably, on October 15, 2008, the beloved Edie Adams passed away at the age of 81 after battling cancer and pneumonia. She was laid to rest in Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills Cemetery, with her final resting place located between her daughter Mia and her stepdaughter Kippy. Farewell and rest in peace to the legendary comedian, actress, and singer Edie Adams. Edie Adams.